Growing a number of crops vertically on trellises helps us achieve our goal of growing a lot of food on a little land. Crops we grow vertically include tomatoes, pole beans, cucumbers, pumpkins, and winter squash, and we grow them all up our homemade metal trellises. Today I'll show you how we grow winter squash up our trellises. Our trellises are made from roughly 4 by 8 foot sections of concrete remesh. We attach the remesh to a frame made from 1/2-inch EMT electrical conduit using UV-resistant zip ties. If cattle panels are available where you live, you can also use them as an alternative to the concrete remesh. If you'd like to build trellises like this, I'll provide a link here showing how you can do it. I like these trellises because they're lightweight, but they're very durable. They should outlast me. They also don't cast much shade. They're portable, easy to set up and break down, and easy to store. I already started training acorn and butternut squash up this trellis. Today I'll install a trellis for our Cushaw squash. Cushaw is very heavy, but these trellises will have no trouble bearing the weight. The first thing I do is stand the trellis up and mark where the vertical pipes will touch the ground. I normally install our trellises on the inside of the beds, but this time this PVC low tunnel frame is in the way, so I'm going to install it on the outside. After marking where the vertical pipes will go, I drive 2 5-foot sections of rebar into those locations. I use 5-foot lengths for heavier crops like winter squash and pumpkins, but shorter 3 1/3 foot lengths for lighter crops like tomatoes and cucumbers. I drive the rebar about halfway into the ground. After driving in the rebar, all I have to do is slide the trellis over the rebar. This can be a bit tricky sometimes because it is a bit of a tight squeeze. Oh, nice and easy. Well, that was easy enough. Now let's start training the Cushaw up the trellis. And all I have to do to start training the Cushaw up the trellis is gently pull some of the leaves through. And use some gardening tape to tie the Cushaw to the trellis. I could also use clips or reusable ties. In fact, I bought some ties yesterday, but I can't find them. Okay, now don't make it too tight. It's nice and loose. And soon these tendrils will start clinging to the trellis as well. Now that the trellis is in place and I've started training the Cushaw up the trellis, all I have to do now is as it grows, I'll weave it from the back to the front, to the back to the front. This should provide most of the support for the Cushaw plant, and I shouldn't have to use much more tape or other fasteners to secure it to the trellis. But the fruit will get very heavy and they will need additional support. I support the fruit with hammocks that I make out of old t-shirts. I simply wrap a t-shirt around the bottom of a fruit and then attach the t-shirt above to the trellis. Before closing, I wanted to touch again on the topic of space savings. This plant will easily fill up this 32 square foot trellis, but I prefer that over having it fill up this entire raised bed in front, which is about the same size. So growing vertically allows me to grow the Cushaw squash and all of these plants, and it's roughly the equivalent of adding a whole new 8 by 4 foot raised bed. Growing squash vertically also reduces pest and disease pressures, and it makes it easier to find and remove squash bug eggs on the bottom of leaves. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more videos on how to grow a lot of food on a little land without spending much or working harder than you have to. Hey, Oscar. What you doing, boy? Hey.